Good morning, everyone. It's May 1st, 2019. I'm Eric. How's everyone doing this morning? Hope you're well. Award-winning cop, clergyman, and teacher arrested in sting trying to have sex with children. This comes from Matt Argist and happened in Trenton, New Jersey. I said a few videos back that it always seems like the most dedicated people are the ones who are the biggest abusers of children, like the award-winning cop. Hey, look at that dude. You would never guess just by looking at him that he was a pervert, right? You would think he was just a normal tree trunk neck cop on steroids, but no, he's not. He's a child predator. So, cops in the Trenton, New Jersey area have been in the media for multiple acts of brutality and corruption. Now, however, they are making headlines once again, this time for attempting to have sex with children. It's not just cops either. Members of the clergy and public school system were also arrested. What did I say about your churches yesterday? This month, officers with the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force carried out a sting called Operation Home Alone. The sting set up fake profiles on multiple social media apps in which officers pretended to be young children. When the predators would seek the children out for sex, instead of meeting a child, they met the undercover cops. During the sting, which lasted just 4 days, law enforcement members made 16 arrests. The 16 men, in quotes by the way, the 16 men we arrested allegedly used social media to stalk victims they believed were vulnerable children who could be sexually exploited. Fortunately, their victims were really undercover officers prepared to put them in handcuffs, said Attorney General Grewal. I'm not kidding, it's Grewal, through a statement. In quotes again, parents need to know that the profile of underage girls and boys we posted on social media to catch these offenders could have just as easily been profiles of their children, who might also be targeted by predators on chat apps and popular gaming sites. Our message to parents with Operation Home Alone is to be on guard. Our message to child predators is law enforcement is working overtime to find you and arrest you. Now, this is the kind of thing law enforcement really should be focused on. This is the kind of thing that, all other things should take a back seat to, with the exception of rape and murder. And people possessing minute amount of controlled substances don't even come close to being as egregious as this. And by the way, if you like my commentary, if you like my content, if you believe that I am doing my absolute best to tell you the truth, please do give me a thumbs up, a subscribe, and maybe a share. And I have a PayPal link along with Discord links below. Back to this. One of the suspected child predators is 28-year-old Peter Tuchel Jr., a resident of Waldwick and police officer with the Ridgewood Police Department. Since his arrest last week, Tuchel has been suspended from the force. According to a now-deleted Facebook post in February from Ridgewood PBA Local 21, Tuchel was given an award by police department. Now, however, this man is dishonoring them. while he was on his way to have sex with a child, Tuchel was also in possession of steroids. Didn't I call that? Did I not call that? I mean, look at the motherfucker's neck. Man, I have a pretty good neck. I'm gaining weight like you would not believe. It turns out that when you have electrical signals not completely making it to their destinations in your bodies, it prevents a lot of things from happening, like weight gain. Right. He was on steroids, and that should have been obvious. Okay? According to the affidavit, Tuchel told the undercover detective, "I know you're young, but can you be an adult, please?" When she did not answer his phone call several times, the undercover detective told Tuchel to stop texting her, but he persisted, allegedly saying they both wanted to have sex. And this happens, like, a lot. And not just in one place, but all over the place. But your priorities are on junkies. And I'll admit, some of these people are on these drugs as a result of major trauma. I have suffered such trauma myself, and continue to suffer that trauma. But I don't see any value in sticking a needle in my arm to escape. There is no escape. And that's what people need to understand. There is no escape. Whatever has happened to you, you have to face it in order to be made whole again. And even then, you have what they call, I call it compounded PTSD. They call it something else, but compounded makes more sense. When you have that, no matter how well you are made, you will always get flashbacks. Just saying. All right, but this officer is charged, or former officer, is charged with luring second-degree attempted sexual assault on a minor, second degree, attempted debauching morals of a child, third degree, possession of a controlled dangerous substance, anabolic steroids, third degree, possession of a prescription legend drug, fourth degree, possession of drug paraphernalia, hypodermic needles, fourth degree. It's funny, when I was charged with all my shit was first degree. According to police, they set up multiple fake profiles pretending to be children, and the predators contacted them. In quotes again, the defendants typically inhabited contact base based on profile posted on social media platforms by the undercover detectives and agents. Some of the apps which were used included Scout, Kick, Grindr, Tinder, Atom for Atom, and Meet Me. Once chatting began, the undercover officers clearly identified themselves as underage girls or boys. Despite that information, the defendants allegedly engaged in purported children in conversations about sex and made arrangements to meet the children for sex. And look, if you're a parent and this happens to your child, you are a miserable piece of shit of a parent. I mean, a guy like me, I'm tattooed from my wrist all the way up to my shoulders. I smoke weed. And yet, none of my children fall victim to predators. How much you want to bet a lot of these kids are in homes that are considered by the state acceptable? Also arrested during the sting was Kevin Roth and Roger Arroyo. I don't know. Roth is a teacher at the High School of Computers and Technology in the Bronx. And Arroyo, I don't know, is a preacher from Philadelphia. Again, you people are attending church in the house of Satan. And quotes again, parents need to be aware of their children's activities on the internet. And if children appear anxious or evasive when this topic is raised, it may be a red flag, Garul said. And quotes again, it is critical that parents talk to their children about social media and chat apps to let them know that the people they encounter may not be who they initially seem to be. In quotes once again, while it is a primary function of law enforcement to protect all of our residents, acting Bergen County Prosecutor Dennis Callow said, the focus of this particular initiative was the protection of our most vulnerable, our innocent children. And it's about fucking time. Where were these people at when this kind of shit happened to me? Where were these people at when this kind of shit happened to my friend? Where were these people at when, for the last 20 plus years? This is something we're going to need to keep an eye on. And in some way, I think Trump is making some headway with this regard. It's, kind of strange how the rest of these perverts picked up after his election. So, I will give credit where credit is due. Since Trump has been elected, a lot more of these fucking perverts have gotten busted. But it should not have taken a president for this to have happened. It should have taken one child, one, victimized by any number of these fucking people. But instead, look how long it's been going on. Okay. Sadly, this example highlights members of this law enforcement group are often some of the worst predators. As the Free Thought Project reported in February, report from the Hawaii State Commission on the Status of Women paints a disturbing picture of law enforcement and their role in sex trafficking. The report found that instead of preventing child and adult sex trafficking, many officers are participating in it. In fact, nearly half of all the sex trafficking victims surveyed noted that police took part in their abuse. Nearly half. In quotes again, the corruption of members of the criminal justice system reported by the participants in the study was pervasive in their stories of being prostituted, the report noted. The report found that the average age of those being trafficked is just 14 years old, showing how early the abuse began. One of the victims interviewed, who wished to remain anonymous for obvious reasons, explained that, in quotes, the same people that are charging you for prostitution are the people turning around and buying it from you. End quote. Tell me, what good does it do to have law enforcement when they're injecting steroids and sexually abusing children? Not just sexually abusing, they're just abusing them all around. Somehow, some way, the brain-dead masses that is America continues to worship the ground these fucking pigs walk on. Yes, there are some out there doing their job. Fair enough. Like these people. But it's probably a little late. Too little, too late, right? Anyway, thought I'd share this with you. Hope everyone has a great day. Till next time, kill the state, live free.